Well, the Rustler got a few goodies today, starting with the Traxxas aluminum caster blocks. This is part number 3632G. The G stands for the green coating. I didn't really care which color mine were. There's red, blue, green that I've seen so far. The green were the cheapest, so I was like, why not? Also got an Integy roll cage. I know people hate on Integy a lot, but I will have to give them props for this. This is a pretty sturdy roll cage. I got it so that it'll protect the truck a little bit more. So if I'm out there flipping it a bunch and it's landing on the roof, it'll kind of protect the internals. Because the problem with the Revo there is it keeps landing on the roof, and it pinched the motor wires, I believe, so it keeps shorting out. But so far this roll cage pretty neat. It's not screwed in or anything, obviously, but it sits well. And last but not least, I did get it a new body, because I figured in order to get this roll cage to work with a body, I'm probably gonna have to hack it up. So this I'd like to be my nice body, and I'll hack up the old body that has already seen a lot of stuff. If I've got to hack a body up at all, then it's definitely going to be this one. So the mashers are looking good. We can go ahead and get to installing these caster blocks really quick. So I removed the front wheels. You can see these stock plastic caster blocks. Pretty fragile little beams there. When I was doing this, I had thought about another advantage with this particular roll cage. So it is steel, so it is fairly heavy, and it is significantly heavier on the front end with the roll cage on it as compared to with it off of it, whereas it comes up all the time whenever I'm getting on the throttle, the front end that is. So this is definitely going to help keep it down. So the left side came off fairly easily. However, I did realize when I pulled it out that, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, yeah, this pin is definitely bent for sure. Yeah. So maybe shoving it in the aluminum one will be a little bit of a task, but I'll make it work. Let me pull this last pin out really quick. I went ahead and straightened that pin out because it was kind of being a little bit of a pain. And put the this is the left side caster block on. Should just right in. I'll screw that down real quick. I installed the left side, and I went ahead and removed the right side now, and I will definitely save these for in case if I bend these, and go ahead and slap this new right side on. Well, I got those installed pretty quickly, so let's go ahead and move on to the roll cage. So it is a little bit thicker, so they did include a little bit longer screws. This is the factory screw. These are the replacement screws, and you can see hopefully that they're just a little bit longer, see, to compensate for the extra space between the screw and the truck. Now I've already loosened the screws that go over the servo cover, and I've got to take out that Allen and one right there hidden behind those wires for these last two holes at the back of the roll cage. I have lined up the roll cage. It seems like the screw holes just barely don't line up, like it may have been bent a little bit in shipping, or maybe that's how it's supposed to be, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and screw this down and see if I run into any other problems. So I did bolt it down in the front and the rear. You can can see down there, it's bolted in. But these middle ones are just slightly off, as you can see. There's a hole it needs to go into. And where it's at right now, is this gonna focus? It's just a couple millimeters off. But I'll go ahead and see if I can bend the chassis. If I can't, or not the chassis, sorry, bend the cage a little bit. If I can't bend the cage into fitting this into these screw holes, then I'm probably just going to put those screws back in, and then just leave the cage on top of it like this, on top of those screws that sit in it, because it's still mounted up here and it's still mounted back here, and I mean it's pretty sturdy. That's all just by the roll cage, so which is good. I don't think a body is going to be able to fit on it, at least without cutting it. Definitely for sure from that. And it covers the body post back there, so yeah, we'll have to see what we can do about that. So I mounted the cage how I thought I'd have to. The steel is pretty hard to bend and it needs to be bent pretty accurately, so I just went ahead and screwed this in below this roll cage and screwed the roll cage on in the front two and back two, so it's still pretty sturdy, you know, but that means that my steering cover is working properly. It's tightened down all the way, and I can still functions properly. So right now I've begun cutting out the old body to fit the new roll cage, so it'll fit on the front if I bend it a certain way. I can't seem to get it one-handed, but basically the front will have to be a little bit like that. It'll just have to be tacoed a little bit, because when I do that, it arches up right there where the body hole is, and that allows it to fit onto those body posts. I'd rather hack up this beat up body than this new rock and roll body I got. Man, I love this body. I think this has to be the best pro graphics that Traxxas has put on a factory car, aside from the Hawaiian edition Rustler / M41. All those. I like the Hawaiian more than I like the rock and roll, but rock and roll, man, that's a close second. Look at this. Now time to hack up this ugly body and get it to work. You know, some's still gonna get in here and here and this big ass hole in the back, but this will at least it's not just open chassis like this. But yeah, that's that.